Welcome back, everyone. A couple videos ago I mentioned I was going to be taking some of the compounds from our Cutting Compound series out into the shop, do some real world work with them so you can see them in more detail, up close, other than just the testing we do in the videos for our series. In particular today we're going to take a closer look at the Last Cut. Now, the Last Cut is a pad reliant compound. What does that mean? Well, the success you have with the Last Cut will depend or rely on what pad you choose for the situation. Today's situation is a package that's chosen more for economy reasons than the actual damage that's done to the clear coat itself. So I already have the pad in mind and the method I'm going to use. Let's head out into the shop and I'll give you some more details on the Last Cut. The Last Cut may not be the quickest or the harshest cutting compound, but it does cut better than most. It may not finish down as far as some of the good finishing polishes, but it finishes better than most. And anything in between that scale, it does better than most. So it's a great compound to carry with if you want to be compact and just take very little product with you, because this compound can do just about everything. Depending on the pad you choose. Enough of me yapping. I value your time as much as mine, so let's get this started. Okay, so today we're working on a Discovery Land Rover. The clear coat for these I categorize as medium to soft, which means it doesn't take very long to correct it. However, this clear is poor. And on top of that, it was a poor clear coat for that year and model to begin with. The approved suppliers for Land Rover in that year and that body were DuPont, ICI, Herbert's, and in very rare cases, PBG, which is Pittsburgh Paints and Glass, which is a very good clear coat. However, I'm not sure which one they chose, but they mixed a bad batch for this year and this model, and the typical failure is on the roof and the hood. So we have a lot to correct here. However, we only have the budget for one stage. One trip around the vehicle. So we're going to choose a pad to go with the Last Cut that's going to be successful and give us the best gloss, clarity, get rid of as many imperfections as we can. By the way, what I'm doing here, I recommend all you young guys getting into the business, especially before a correction or a detail, walk around the car, inspect for damage. As you can see from the front there, the lettering indicated that another detailer had his hands on the cars, buffed or polished through the lettering without taping it off. You can see cracks here and there, trim that's dried, some more signs of another detailer here. Rubber that may be cracked or needs to be protected. You don't want the pad from your polisher or any polish going up against plastic or rubber. So just save yourself time and headaches and tape it off like I did here. Okay, the Last Cut. A versatile compound can be used in many ways, sort of the jack of all trades, master of none. I absolutely love it because when I head out on the road, on the rare chance I do nowadays, this is what I'm going to take with. And I'm just going to load up with pads. Today I choose the Euro pad. This is a cutting and polishing pad all in one. The fibers are split 50-50, and I'm going to demonstrate this combination on a little section of the hood I have picked out right here. And by the way, with the Euro pad, more so than any other pad, I believe it's very important to season the microfiber before you start to use it. And then add 2 or 3 pea-sized drops on top of the seasoned pad, and you're ready to go. And with this kind of damage, I could have gone many ways. I could have went with a harsh cutting pad and just went after the heavy defects, the deeper swirls, the deeper scratches. I could have also went the other way and just went for clarity and sort of avoided the heavy scratches, heavy swirls, and went for gloss and shine. I believe I'm in between those two extremes, and I believe this is going to work out the best for the one pass that's in the budget that I can make around this Discovery. The low profile foam pads or microfiber pads, no matter what they are, make sure they are perfectly aligned on your backing plate. I should have corrected wrong application of the pad to the backing plate, but I wanted to show you how the polisher can jump around with just the slightest offset of these lower profile pads to the backing plate. I know you seasoned veterans already have that down pat, but a lot of the beginners do give me a lot of questions as to why there's vibration, a lot of jumping around and skipping of either DA polishers or rotary polishers. First, always start with perfect alignment with the pad to the backing plate. Something extremely simple, but often overlooked. I don't have the machine at full speed. I don't have a ton of pressure on the polisher, only my thumb is applying pressure from the top of the polisher. I'm going to do a crisscross pattern, cross hatch, and by the time I change from one direction to another, the diminishing abrasives will be at a point where they're polishing now instead of cutting. Add that to the polishing fibers on the 50-50 split from the Euro pad, and we're right where we want to be. Okay, that's going to do it. We'll let the polisher come to a complete stop before lifting it off the surface. Let's get rid of the residue. Let's get rid of the tape. And we're going to check out this little test area here and see if this is the route we want to go all the way around the car. We only have one trip. Okay, besides that little area needing an IP wipe to remove 100% of the residue, we have a huge difference from that test section to the rest of the panel. This is what we're going to go with. We're going to go around the whole vehicle. I'll give you some updates here and there. Let's get to it. Thankfully, the hood is the only area with heavy rock chips, as you can see here. The rest of the vehicle is in a little bit better shape. And at this point here, I have the whole front clip done. Let's take a look. And at the end of the correction, I'm going to wash it again. I'm going to go over it with IP. We're going to add some protection, and we'll get a look at it with all the bells and whistles. We're not looking for and will not receive perfection from this type of package, but this is a huge difference and the customer will be ecstatic. And after just a few short hours, we are done. We have the trim treated and protected. We have the tires dressed. The windows are done. Everything's done to match this nice finish, and it's ready to go out the door. Okay guys, again that was the last cut. If you have any questions at all on it, don't hesitate. This is just the first of 4 videos on the last cut. I use it 4 different ways with 4 different pads. We're going to cover them all because the corrections coming in this time of year double from what they come into me over the winter time, so I will have plenty of chances to demonstrate this compound and just about all the compounds on the podium or down in the honorable mention section from our series. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. I'll catch you in the next video.